My name is Claire Culwell. I am 29 years old and I'm from Austin, Texas. My sister and I were both adopted from two separate birth mothers. For us, adoption was not only normal, but it was a gift. When my sister was 18, her birth mother actually came to visit us. We were sitting at the table and we were having dinner together. I leaned over and I said, "Thank you for giving me my sister. Thank you. I can't imagine my life without her." That's when I realized, okay, Claire, you have a birth mother too. She deserved to hear how grateful I was for what she had done for me. I searched high and low, all over town, everywhere that I could think of for the perfect gift to give this woman. I found a ring and a necklace with my birthstone on it, but I had this card still to go with the gift. The card was blank and I didn't know what I would write, and I kept thinking, okay, where do I even begin? I just summed it up and I said, "Thank you for choosing life for me. That's the greatest gift I've ever received." It was a great meeting. I brought my family, my parents and my sister, and she brought her family. I gave her the ring and the necklace, and she opened it and she cried really happy tears. And then I gave her the card and she opened that card and she read those words. And what were really, really happy tears turned into really, really sad tears. And her hands were shaking, and I remember thinking, what could she possibly be about to tell me? Nothing in my life could have ever prepared me for what she told me that day. When she was pregnant with me, she went to her mother and she said, "Mom, I think I'm pregnant." My birth mother's mother said, "You're not ready to be a mother, and so there's only one choice for us. There's only one choice for you, and that's to have an abortion." And so they did. They went to the local abortion clinic, and they told my birth mother what they still today tell young girls like her, women, families, men. They said that her life would go back to normal, but my birth mother's life never went back to normal. In fact, 4 weeks went by after her abortion. Her friend looked over at her as they were changing in the locker room, and she said, "You're still, maybe you're growing, I can't really tell, but things just don't seem right." They went back to that abortion clinic and they said, "Yeah, your abortion, it was successful, but you're still pregnant." My birth mother was told that she had been pregnant with twins, and one had successfully been aborted, but one had survived. The sac that I was in during that first abortion, the abortion that took the life of my twin, the sac had been broken, and it could have been fatal for my birth mother had he decided to perform a second abortion. And so he said, "You're right around the corner from having this baby. You need to be on bed rest to try to keep the baby in as long as you can because this baby's very small." And so when I was born, I was born 2.5 months early. I weighed 3 pounds, 2 ounces. Because of the abortion, my hips were on both sides were completely 100% dislocated. My feet were turned in as club feet. For the first 2 years of my life, I spent that entire time in a body cast. The doctors told my parents, "We don't know if your daughter will ever see. We don't know if your daughter will ever walk. We don't know if your daughter will ever function normally. But by the grace of God, I can do above and beyond what their predictions were." And so I'm incredibly thankful. My birth mother sat there, and as she told me this, she put together the pieces of the puzzle of my life that were missing. And she said to me, and I'll never forget this, she said, "Claire, I'm telling you this, and I give you permission to share this with other people because I never want another little girl to experience what I have." Abortion has an incredible effect. It never just affects that one person. And the reason I say that is because when my birth mother had her abortion, she had no idea that I would survive, but I did. And because of that, we're able to see how that one choice impacts so many other people. If that abortion had been successful on my life, my daughter wouldn't be here. And if my daughter wasn't here, one day when she grows up and she becomes a mom, her kids wouldn't have the opportunity to be here. And then her grandkids, and so on and so forth. There's a domino effect, there's a ripple effect. I was able to tell her, "I forgive you, this isn't something that you wanted." Nobody grows up thinking, when I grow up, I want to have an abortion. 1/3 of our generation is missing because of abortion, and I could have been included in that 1/3. In Illinois, there's approximately 39,000 abortions that happen every single year. I can't even imagine the impact that that has on our generation and who we could be missing because of that approximate 39,000. People often say that for those of us who have been born after 1973, that we're the surviving generation, that we have survived this era of abortion. And I think that's definitely true. You know, before I met my birth mother, I woke up every single day and I took my life for granted. These days, life is not a given. These days, life is a gift.